I'm Nia.
And today we're going to teach you how to make book covers. So I like to use book covers because first off, they look great. You see, you can put any fabric that you want and you can write anything you want on it. The second thing is that it can also help you from doing this. It helps you from having bent up, torn pages. So even if you have a ruined book or a nice book you want to keep clean, make a book cover. Now the supplies you'll need to make one are the fabric of your choice, a friction pen, a ruler, and if you want to embroider, you'll need a hoop, stabilizer, and some embroidery thread. And of course, you'll need your machine.
Hey, are you gonna start with the supplies yet?
We just did them.
Oh.
Time to sew. So first off, take the book of your choice and the fabric of your choice and open up the fabric so that the not so colorful side is facing up. Take your book and put it down in the center so there's enough room to measure the entire thing, and set your book down like this. If you have a paper cover, this is really easy because you can just draw around the entire cover. And you can also take out the book so you can only use the paper part. It's really easy when you have a helper, but if you don't have anyone to help you, just put down something heavy or maybe even keep the book on so that you can continue to trace around. And remember to mark where the folds are on the book. And if you're going to do embroidery on the spine, make a note of where the spine is too, so you know where to embroider. Now we're done. Now the next step is to add on a 1/2 inch to the longer side. You don't need to do it on the shorter ends, just the long ones. This is the 1/2 inch mark. If you're using one of these, it's the first line. And now I'm going to put the red line on the existing line and do the exact same thing. And now you need to cut around the entire thing.
Okay, so now while Lainey is cutting, I just wanted to mention that if you have a book without a paper cover, what you're going to do for that is you are going to lay the book out and you're going to take, so what you're going to do is you're going to lay the book out, and what you're going to do with the cover is that whenever you trace around the cover, you're also going to take a ruler and measure about half of that width and add that on to the distance on both sides of the covers.
Just remember that the perfect fabrics to use are ones that aren't as stretchy, like twill or denim. Don't use really stretchy ones, especially if this is just your first time using it. Use something that's going to be sturdy.
Don't use something stretchy like spandex. Also, canvas is a good one to use.
So now that I've finished cutting, I'm going to use an overcast stitch around the entire thing. This way it'll stop it from any frays happening and it'll give it a nice clean look.
Okay, so the type of stitch Lainey's using is an overcaster stitch, and it's like on a serger machine. And if you do not have the serger, if you do not have that stitch pattern available on your machine, you can also use the zigzag.
Another thing to note is that whenever you use the overcast stitch, you can have the pretty side up and that won't ruin it. In fact, it'll make it look more finished whenever you're done with the project.
Helpful tips from Nia and Lainey here. And if you notice, Elaina, whenever she gets near ending a stitch, she slows it down before she stops so that she's not going too aggressively crazy at her. And then if she wanted to, she could speed up right now because she's only working on a side. but it's a good idea if you're not that used to sewing with the foot control, then it's a good idea to slowly stitch near the ends. So she's about halfway done, so I think this is a good time to go ahead and take a nap. I mean, the sound of the machine just puts me to sleep.
And now we are finished. Nia? Nia? Wake up, we're done.
Oh, how long was that? Like an hour?
2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. So now that I finished overcasting, I'm going to go on to embroidery. If you don't want to embroider, or if you don't have an embroidery machine, you're going to have to watch this next step, and then we'll get right back into sewing. So I'm going to embroider on the spine. So what I did is I drew 2 lines from the back and put them on the front so I know where the spine is, and now I'm going to connect them with a ruler. Do that on both sides, and now you'll know where exactly the spine is, and you'll know where to embroider. Another great thing about this pen is that, don't worry, it irons off. So whenever you're done, just iron it and all the marks will go away. So now that I've drawn this line, I'm going to put it through the hoop. So if you are new to hooping, a tip is to have everything connected. So have your stabilizer under and make sure that the top hoop right here is just in line. So this is about straight enough to here.
And also make sure that your stabilizer is lined up with your middle of your fabric, and then make sure that your hoop is too.
Remember to pick it all up together and push in.
And just make sure it helps if you start at one end, you put it completely in the first bottom 2 corners, and then you push it into the last 2. You may need to use some clips if your fabric comes up, but this seems like it won't get in the way.
And if you're really having trouble with hooping, get an adult to help.
And then now what we need to do is we need to be able to rotate the letters so that they're on the spine, because they're not just going to be like that because you want it to.
So now, if you're going to embroider, pick out your name. I'm going to choose Read Me. And now, to make sure that it goes on the spine, I'm going to rotate it. And now I'm ready to embroider. So I'm going to put down this loop and start. So now that we're finished, and might I add, it looks great. I love it. How about you, Nia?
Oh, it looks amazing. Well, now I finally know what to do with the book.
Yeah. So now we're going to take it out of the hoop, and you see all of this thread here? We're going to cut that, and then we'll get right on to sewing. Scissors. Scissors. So now I've finished taking off all the thread. Now we're going to take it out of the hoop and take off this stabilizer.
then rip it off. Just make sure not to leave a huge chunk of it. It's okay if some gets left on there if it's a small amount.
And this is the final result. So the next step is sewing this part. So this part hugs the inside flap of your book. So to make this, you remember the lines that you drew earlier, just take a ruler and conjoin them on both ends. Thank you, Nia.
You're welcome.
And do the same thing down here. So once you finish drawing your lines, flip this over and fold back to where you see these lines. Just take a second to do that. And take 2 clips on each side and clip them down. After you clip, what you need to do is sew on these lines here. Now, even though you did draw this 1/2 inch line, I've noticed that sometimes it gets a little too snug. So, to make sure, don't add too much for your seam allowance. Just start back here on the overcast line. And if you find out that it's a little too loose, just keep on adding here, but just start off simple. So remember to lock it into place. And now you can start sewing. Now remember at the back to lock again and repeat this step on all 4 sides. So now that I've finished sewing all 4 sides, I'm going to flip these parts inside out. If you need to, use like a pen or something.
You just gotta poke those corners to make sure they stay out. And if you don't do it, I guess your book will for you. So now that I have flipped out both sides, I'm going to fold this down here at the lines you've made and sew it down. Make sure to not sew the flap down and lock it in place. Watch out for that other flap, though. Don't want to accidentally sew over that. Now repeat the same thing on the other side. Now I am finished sewing. This is what your product should look like. And we're ready to fit the book in. So take the book spine and put it at about here, or right there, and try fitting it in. Now remember, if this is the part where maybe this is a little too tight on your book or a little too loose on the flaps, now is a good time to go back and re-sew or cut out those stitches and try it again. It's okay to make mistakes. The only important part is that in the end, it fits nicely onto the book. Your book should look like this.
just finish by ironing all these lines off and to give it a nice straight feel, and we'll be done.
And that's all there is.
Look, the book cover came out great. You should try and make your own. But I'm sorry, this book is way too good. Bye!